Hi everyone, and welcome to ABG Investor Day. My name is Nikola Kranowski, and I'm an equity research analyst here at ABG. With us today we have Patrik Settlin, CEO of Litium. The idea is that Patrik will present for about 20 minutes, and then we will have a brief Q&A. With that said, Patrik, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, Nikola, and hi everyone out there. Like Nikola said, I'm Patrik. I'm the CEO of Litium since a couple of years back. I got a long background within e-commerce. I've been the CEO of CDON, which is a marketplace battling today with being the biggest one in the Nordics with Amazon. And also I've been the MD of Komplett, which is one of the largest e-com players in the Nordics within home electronics. I've been the MD of Sweden and Denmark at that company. So I got a long background within being a merchant within e-commerce. And prior to joining Litium, I was also a couple of years at Visma, one of the biggest subsidiaries in the Visma group. And you might know that Visma is one of the largest SaaS companies in Europe today and very attacking in the marketplace. So I got a long background of e-commerce being a merchant and also from building in manager positions, building SaaS companies, which I now get to combine the two in Litium, helping others to be excellent at e-commerce and also building an excellent software SaaS company. So this is a perfect place for me. I really do love my job. But enough about me. Let's talk about Litium. I'm going to give you a short introduction to what we do, what the business is like, and what we see for ourselves going forward in the future. For those of you who know us, we're a tech company within e-commerce. What we bring to the market is an e-commerce platform or digital commerce platform, if you will. In essential, this is an advanced toolbox for clients wanting to up their game in digital commerce. So it's got all the bells and whistles and all the necessities needed to run really advanced digital commerce. It's delivered to the market through our network of solution partners. So it's a go-to partner model all the way and very scalable as such. Clients subscribe to the platform, so we got a SaaS business model, and then the solution itself is global. So we got, the emphasis on our market traction these days, the footprint is in the Nordics, but the solution itself is global, and many clients use it to sell all over the world, to US, China, and Europe, and such. And also I'm gonna come back to this. We just added an American client to our client list, so we also got clients in other countries now outside the Nordics. This is our mission statement. This is what Litium is all about. This goes through everything we do, from product development to how we conduct ourselves in the marketplace and how we run the business. We make our customers outperform their peers in digital commerce. That's what you get when you go with Litium. And we've been at it for a while. Today we got 200 plus customers. We're moving up to 300 at a decent speed. The client list itself is pretty much evenly distributed between business to consumer and business to business clients. But these days we see a larger influx of B2B customers to our customer list. We got 40 plus solution partners, the sharpest one within the e-commerce sphere in the Nordics, and some of them got footprints outside of the Nordics in Europe and North America as well. So we got a really thorough and a really great partner network. Sales through the platform in Q2 just passed over 2 billion euros. 20 billion SEK. So we've got quite a substantial amount of transactions and value running through the platform. So we got a fairly large chunk of the total e-commerce within the Nordics for sure. And this has created this financial footprint. We got an ARR, which is our main KPI, annual recurring revenue. Being a SaaS company, that's the king KPI for sure, of 67 million. Plus today, and this was a growth of about 20% in the second quarter. And it's important to notice that pretty much all of our revenue is coming from the product. So unlike some peers in the market space, we do not package other stuff into our revenue, but product. So it's product revenues and ARR pretty much all the way. We got a high gross margin, about approximately around 70%. It's pretty stable around that level. So we got a lot. The underlying business is strong, and we got lots to work with. And we've been investing this in growth for a couple of years back now, but now we're moving more towards profitability because the time is right for that, to where we are in our scale-up phase. And we've been stacking, like you can see in the picture to the right, we've been stacking growth quarters on top of each other for quite some time. And the latest one addition to that was, of course, Q2, where ARR reached 67, where like I just said, the EBITDA was landed at just under the zero line, so at minus 0.8 million SEK. And this was I think it was the 6th quarter where we were equal or better on the EBITDA line versus the previous quarter or comparison quarter. And in the first half of the year, this was a growth of, or an improvement of 1.7 million. So we're definitely moving in the right direction when it comes to profitability. We saw a change in consumption patterns in Q2, and it's been even more evident in Q3 because of the market situation out there, which you're all very familiar with, and I guess we're going to come back to, Nicola, when we get into, and I will talk more about it when we come to the section of looking forward. So, but we're seeing this change in sales, definitely in business consumer space, where sales have been dropping, digital commerce sales as well. But we have not seen that much of an effect within business to business, and Litium in large is pretty much unaffected so far by this, because we got a large B2B client base, and also in our sales pipeline and opportunity pipeline, there's many B2B players, and they are not as affected yet, at least. So we'll talk more about that in a minute. We had all-time high in new customers coming in, and also we did lots of expansions with current customers. So we had a good quarter and good first half a year in that sense. And we also, like I said, we had a breakthrough on the global scene. Very proud to be able to present our first US customer and a player within B2B wholesale. So that's right in the sweet spot for us when it comes to market and what we are trying to achieve in the marketplace. We said that we have created our own runway for funds. So we talked about two things in the last quarterly report, and that was we're going to be EBITDA positive within 12 months. And also we said that the current cash funds will bridge us to a cash flow positive state, which is important to notice for you out there thinking of investing in Litium maybe. The market we operate in is driven in large by digital transformation. This has been going on for many years now within digital commerce or digital sales or sales altogether. We've all seen it in the consumer space, but also now recently, or last 5 to 10 years, has moved in with greater force in B2B as well. And all business leaders out there pretty much are affected by there's so many opportunities out there to do different things in digital commerce, try to beat your competition, but there's also the competition moving on you. So the marketplace is constantly changing. There's new sales channels popping up. You can go global. Everything is transparent. It's super competitive. So you really need to be edgy when it comes to digital sales. And this is what business leaders face every day, of course. And to be able to be successful with that kind of environment, it's very crucial that you got these capabilities in your tech stack and in your company as a whole, but we are more focused on the tech stack. So what business leaders are looking for is flexibility, speed, of course, and the sales driving capabilities or the scalability abilities, if you will, to be able to move either to grasp an opportunity or to deflect a threat. So, and that's where the last piece of the puzzle comes in Litium, because we bring this to the tech stack for our customers. And if you dive a little bit deeper within what that piece of the puzzle contains, I know this is a very talky slide, but we are very much, the platform is all about modularity and package flexibility. So you're able to put it together in a way that makes the more sense for your business and business logic. Also, of course, all the functionality you need to run really advanced e-commerce and integrate it to your current tech stack, so it's very fully automated and you get all the efficiency benefits that you're looking for. But the idea here, and what we do in product development and the platform as such, is to create sort of a modular value proposition that you can pick and choose whatever you need the most. And at the heart of every every sort of e-commerce solution out there, you need to, for sure, have a product information management system, a PIM, which is one of our components in the platform. And the other two are the CMS, the sort of distribution layer, where what you actually see in a net store, but also the commerce to run all the campaigns where products is supposed to show and all that, the enrichment that makes you able to take a buying decision as a client. So flexibility and modularity, all about that. So that's what we bring to the market. And this value proposition, if we compare ourselves to competitors, we would come in, we address what we call the mid-market. And that's, of course, a question of definition, how you define that. For us, it's somewhere, if you turn over like 10 million SEK up to 10 billion SEK, there's no like stop in the platform per se, but that's where we target. And versus competitors, we're coming in like a little bit below maybe Salesforce or Magento or SAP e-commerce solutions. Even though, I mean, we do face these in business opportunities as well, and we win quite a few of those. If the clients are looking for that sort of value and the flexibility that we bring, but at a lower cost than the players I just mentioned. So that's usually larger solutions. And below us in market segments are more boxed-in solutions. That's more faster to get up and running for sure, but also limited versus what you want to or need to do with your business processes and how many markets you want to address and how customized you want to be to that market and such. So this is where we come in, and this for us it's the perfect market place to be at. So we're really strong in this sense. I got a few examples of how clients out there use the Litium platform. We got, for example, I'm not sure if you can see it, but this is Revolution Race. It's a Swedish player who's been very successful there. What's the short for this these days? DNVB, I think, Digital Native Vertical Brands. They were born digital. They've always been selling everything digital, and they are doing it with a direct-to-consumer business model. Through and through. So very successful, growing very fast. I think they're in 20 countries now. Just surpassed 1 billion SEK in turnover with great profitability. Been taking a beating on the stock market, like pretty much all e-commerce and tech companies have, but a really solid and successful business. So that's one of the examples of using the Litium platform. I got another one. Just me that's been in the business for like 20 years. It's really cool that this is actually starting to happen now, that it's actually players out there selling really high cost and really complex products. So this is an example of Kelfri selling big machinery to farmers like tractors and all the fixings to tractors. So it's happening now for real. It's the hurdle of selling complex products or expensive products. It's pretty much gone. The technology doesn't stop you anymore, and also the adoption of people out there buying is the people are really ready to do this now, to buy really expensive things without actually seeing it or feeling it or touching it beforehand. So that's another example, and the last one I want to bring up is this is a testament to a shift in business models out there on the client side. This Eleiko, who's a big world leader in gym equipment like weight bars and such, who's been selling the traditional business-to-business model through resellers, but going with Litium and changing the Litium platform added a direct-to-consumer channel. So they're selling direct to consumers all over the world. They started this during the pandemic. So they're in 150 countries digital now, and went from 0 to over 100 million SEK within a year. So that was pretty massive boom there. So, but this is happening in many. I mean, there are a lot of manufacturers or brands, if you will, out there who's looking to add this sales channel to complement what they're doing in their traditional business model. So, not going to be much longer on the business. There's a couple of slides that you will get access to in the slide deck, of course, if you want it afterwards, and we can talk more one-to-one if you'd like. But I want to show you this as well. This is a customer acquisition model. So even though we are having partners are selling, they are customizing, they're deploying and supporting the platform, we strengthen this with our own sales and marketing efforts. So we're also doing that to generate leads and interest in the marketplace. So, but regardless of where the lead business opportunity is coming from the get-go, if it's the partner comes to us, so we go to the partner. We always go hand in hand over the finishing line towards making an offer and doing the deal with the customer. So there's no conflict of interest there at all. It's very pure, our business model and customer acquisition model. Right, then I got a couple of logo slides. Skip those now and move to the more interesting parts, maybe, looking ahead, what we see for ourselves. I got a few macro trends first, what's happening in our marketplace. On the business and consumer commerce side of things, I mean, we got the digital transformation, we've all seen it, going from the physical stores to the digital channels. And that transformation is still ongoing, even though it's clouded these days with first the pandemic effect and now the general pressure on the share of the willingness and consumption we call it room for consumers. But I mean the digital transformation is ongoing. It's a strong market per se, and this change will be ongoing for. We don't see the end of it yet or see it planning out. So, but to be successful here in the consumer space, it's really very much about being as relevant as you can in each interaction while doing it at a massive scale. And these days, technology has really enabled this with machine learning and AI and such, so you can really add that sort of personal touch to interactions one-to-one, even though it's mass scale in the back end. So that's to be a winner in this game, you need to be good at this, right? So, and the Litium platform brings these abilities as well, since you can customize it and adapt it as you will. On the business-to-business commerce side, we're seeing a strong shift now coming from demand from buyer side, that buyers out there certainly are looking for more digital experience. They're not okay anymore with lifting the phone or whatever, personal meetings all the time. So it's more and more going digital. So there's a strong sort of push from the demand side there to do things, and from the other side, the companies themselves, of course, want to be more and more automated, to be more and more cost efficient and scale up better. Of course, so we see more and more B2B actors really questioning the old ways of doing things. And in the bottom of that driver is, of course, the Industry 4.0, the sort of the digitalization of all the manufacturing processes and the Internet of Things, and that's really put the emphasis and the lights on being more digital in all of your sort of business process. And when they look to what they're going to do in digital sales or relationship sales, which is definitely doable these days, they tend to look to what business and consumers, brands and actors have been doing. So for us, it's a strength that we are working with some of the most cutting edge business consumer brands out there when it comes to digital sales. So that's of course an advantage for us as well there. When it comes to commerce tech, I think it was Forrester, right? There are like 9,000 different marketing technology solutions out there, going from it's a wide array of opportunities out there. And going back to what I said about being a business leader these days, it's really hard to navigate in this territory, and there's new things popping up all the time, and it grows larger and larger. But definitely the trend is that it's going to be more and more specialized solution to reach new clients or up your game when it comes to self-service, for example. Definitely going that way, but at the core of the tech stack, you need the flexibility, the speed, the agility characteristics of your technology, which we bring to the table. So you probably heard of composable commerce is hot these days, but it's all about flexibility. Really, it's just a matter of how flexible you are gonna be. So, and if you look at the e-commerce market more in depth, this is visualizing the sort of the expectation of e-commerce growth back in 2019, when we were expecting, in general, somewhere between 10 to 15% growth in the e-commerce markets, regardless pretty much of which vertical you were looking at. But of course, in more immature verticals, steeper incline, and in more mature verticals lesser, but somewhere in general between 10 and 15%. So, but then, you know, the pandemic happened, and instead we saw this curve. So like in 2020 and a good portion of 2021, there was like pretty extreme growth numbers, as I'm sure you're familiar with. We've seen growth of anything between 40 to 80%, even triple digits for periods of time in that span. But then we started meeting these comparison numbers, and supply chains challenges and stuff sort of dampened that growth. And now we're seeing this falling back. So we're even seeing declines in e-commerce sales started in Q1, Q2. It's flattened out, and then it's starting to turn downwards, going from, you know, supply chain challenges, but also the general economic situation with people getting less and less in their wallets because of inflation. But the big question, of course, is where does this go from here? Is it going to turn upwards, or is it going to continue down for a while? I mean, but if our belief in short to mid-term is we definitely will see decline on the business to consumer side, and there could be, you know, foreclosures. We'll see declining sales, but that comes from both the share of space to consume from consumers. I can't find the English word for it, but I guess you get my point there. But also there's still lingering problems within supply chains in certain verticals that makes, you know, the product range arrive late or too little, or it's just the prices of shipping it is making it not a very profitable sell. So all these things come together in a pretty hard cocktail for a business consumers brand out there. So we expect declining sales there, but in business to business, not that very much affected yet. We haven't seen it. And for us being a software company, we got two different opposing forces. We got one is the declining sales in e-commerce, which might linger on for a while before the digital transformation meets it, and it will turn upwards again, of course. But we are also catering to, you know, efficiency needs and automation needs to be able to scale better, be more cost efficient in your business. So for us, I mean, it's the market situation looks pretty solid and good still, I'd say. All right, time is flying. I'm got a couple of slides left that you think I can squeeze them in.
I think we have a few minutes for the Q&A, but yeah, absolutely, you can squeeze them in.
I'll be really fast. So if we look at ourselves at Litium, what our growth and scalability opportunities are at the moment, we launched Litium Commerce Cloud, new value proposition, new technology in the bottom, a new business model. End of last year, and this has been really well received and kicking in now, so more and more customers start to go live with this. And there's also a concept of pay as you go, and this on top of the subscription that you pay monthly. So this just the attractiveness of the platform and how much partners and customers are liking it, and the change in business model makes that's a good growth opportunity for us that we are executing on now. That one I just mentioned. Also on technology side, we're implementing what's called container technology. I'm not going to go into the details of that, but in essence, it allows us to be even more flexible and modular to the clients, and also at the same time making cost efficiency, because we can run the cloud operations more efficient. So we expect this to better our gross margin going forward. And last one here, we got a major opportunity in business to business. We're already strong here. We got a great product market fit. We got all the functionality much needed, or you can adapt it, customize it through our great solution partners. So we really see a good influx of business to business customers and opportunities as well. And the product market fit combined with the digital transformation that's going on stronger and stronger in the business sector is really an attractive spot for us. Last one, key takeaways. Please remember this, Litium, we're an attractive e-commerce platform, and we got a scalable business model through partners, also very high stickiness since customers invest a bit and customize their platform, so really high retention numbers. we've been showing continuous strong growth within annual recurring revenue. We got a high gross margin, which shows the underlying strength of the business model. And we got solid financials. We're funded to take ourselves to, like I said, the runway is set to be cash flow positive with the current funds at hand. And we are really we're in a good position to capture growth potential ahead of us. Right, thanks for listening. Nicola.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that nice presentation. And just some brief Q&A to finish this off. You're beginning to go international with your first US customer.
Yeah.
Now in North America there's tons of players and they're quite large. How would you say that Litium differentiates itself from the crowd? And also which types of customers would you say that you're best fit to serve?
Yeah, it's very much the same as it is on our home turf, so to say, in the Nordics. So we meet these giant players there on our home turf as well. We actually win a lot of opportunities. So this is just our battle going international. So it's the same strength that attracts customers at the home turf that attracts customers international as well. And since we got the business model of solution partners, some of them with international footprint, like in this case with Columbus, that actually makes for us to really efficiently reach out to these markets. And for us, the bridgeheads we're using, our key strength within business to business is the bridgehead for us when we go international. So that's where our focus is, even though we're very much in play for business to consumer brands as well, of course. Yeah.
Great. And just one final question to finish this off. Inflation is a big topic in the investment community.
Yeah.
How would you say that Litium has been affected so far, and are there any mitigating factors that you could discuss that sort of help alleviate the issues that come with inflation?
Yeah, we're definitely, for us, the strategy, like we said, we're going to go to a cash flow positive state. So we're definitely trying to sort of reduce the increase of cost or freeze it altogether and let the revenues come and go past. And that's the plan. That's what we're executing on. We are, of course, fully expecting cost increases in various areas, but we also got plans to mitigate those. And in our contracts, we got, for example, indexes, so that will follow certain indexes in the marketplace. So that's one mitigating effect. But also, we are to some extent in our revenue stream affected by we got this variable revenue stream. It's about 12-13% in the last quarter from our total revenues, which we see, of course, that's sort of a dampening. But in that bucket, we got a mitigating effect of the Litium Commerce Cloud agreements coming out. So we are signing new customers going live now during the year. So we're in even though times are tough, we're in a pretty good spot, I'd say. Yeah.
Excellent. So our time is up for now, but I want to say thank you, Patrik, for attending and presenting.
Thank you, Nicola. Thank you, AB. And thanks for listening in. Thank you.